Hello friends, you're with the Lonesome Gamer, and I'm playing Arkham Horror. And it's looking already terrible after the first, 2 turns or so. The world seems to be doomed. Problem is this card here, the cover-up, that basically forces you, it's a rumor, and it forces you to basically deliver the dead bodies of monsters to the downtown streets. And if you manage to remove a ton of clues, actually, I think it starts with 3 clues per player, so basically 12 clues. And for each toughness point, you can remove a clue. But by the end of the mythos phase, you gotta add for each investigator 1 clue, so basically 4. So that means basically to reduce the number of clue tokens, we gotta deliver more than 4 during each turn. That alone is a pretty big deal. The problem is, if this happens by the beginning of the game, it's a mess, because there are simply not that many monsters out there, right? There is this formless spawn, which gives us 2 toughness points, and the ghoul, which gives us 1. Problem is, the ghoul, well, I think I should have moved that guy. I think he moves here. Yeah, I think the guy should have moved by the end of the last turn. Let me check that. Yeah. So he should have moved too. So the spawn and the ghoul. Okay, so yeah, we can only deliver these 2 guys at the end of the next turn here to downtown, which will reduce the number of clue tokens by 3. That means we can basically win 1 turn before the rumor comes into the before we fail to solve the rumor, because once there are 3 additional clue tokens per investigator on the rumor. So basically after 3 turns, if nobody does anything, the rumor, we fail the rumor, and that means that every clue token is removed from the game, basically. All the clue tokens go away from the boards, and also all clue tokens from the investigators go away, which is a total disaster at the beginning of the game. I've already said that in the last video, because there are still so many clue tokens out there. We really get a full hit here. We didn't spend any until now. And in addition to that, because we didn't close any gates and in addition to that, there are nearly no monsters to kill. So it's extremely hard. We get both effects work against us. So little monsters, so many clue tokens, total disaster. And I really don't see I don't know, it's going to be very hard to win, let's say it that way. Now, I rushed to the gates. I was even a little bit lucky that a gate opened exactly where I was standing, for example. And I rushed to the gates, trying to close at least as many gates as possible before, or to seal them before the clue tokens are destroyed. And I think we can close at least 2 gates. That's not as bad, actually, if you consider it. Closing 2 gates after, I think, 3 or 4 rounds is okay. That's really not a bad start. But, yeah, I mean, obviously, it's not what I was hoping for. One good thing is that Patrice Hathaway, and that is now a big problem in this game. Obviously, we have to generate clue tokens as much as possible because we're going to lose a lot at the beginning. So somehow we have to compensate that. We will not be able to fully compensate that. I mean, she's sitting here on 8 or something. We got 2 here. We got a lot of clue tokens. Here we got 3, another 2 here, and there are about, I don't know, 5 or 6 on the board. Actually more, I think 7, 8. So basically we're losing something like 20 clue tokens, which is horrible. It is totally insane. Still, the thing is, she's got the safety deposit key. Now if I intentionally try to not do the luck check, so if I don't use my positive abilities, and if I bring luck down to 1, for example, I would get 2 clue tokens. That's a pretty good start. In addition to that, I could discard this thing after gaining a clue token to get an additional clue token. That's pretty good already. She gets 1 clue token each time a gate opens, and 5 when the 9th space of the Ancient One's Doom track is filled, which is awesome. And in addition to that, she's got the True Magic, a tome, which allows her to make a lore check, and if she passes that, she gains a 2 clue token too. So, considering the situation where we are in a way in the best shape to handle that somehow, right? Because we have a lot of options to generate clue tokens. We're going to see if that's enough. Okay, finally, let's continue the game here. So Patrice is the first player. She was surprised by a gate opening here at the Unnameable, so she was sucked into Yugoth, and she was delayed there, so she's not allowed to move. She's just gonna stand up here. Then it's Jim Culver, and that's the thing. I mean, by the way, I always forget to fiddle around with the sliders during the upcape phase. I should do that now. So my plan for Jim is, first I want to go here, try to kill the ghoul, and then there's Lola here, and I guess she's gonna give Jim a buck, and then Jim will move to Kingsport, because my feeling is that Jim isn't doing terribly well. He doesn't have a lot of items, and therefore I think it's cool for him to hang out in Kingsport and to do the to have some encounters there and all, but maybe not so much trying to fight the monsters in Arkham. And as I said, I think he's just doing better in hanging out in Kingsport a bit. So let me see. We have, so that means I want to move him down. 1, 2. And I think he's going to fight immediately, right? So the ghoul has it's an ambush, so it's basically a fight to the death. He's got a +0 horror check. So we got a will of 2. So let's see if we can handle that. Well, first of all, I think I want to use my best of friends ability. I can't do that because we're in the same neighborhood here with... No, actually I can't. It's not Lola, it's Patrice. No, I can't do that then. That's a shame. Okay, so it's not gonna work. Anyway, we got 2 dice and let's see if we can handle that. And we couldn't, so we're gonna lose 1 sanity. Then I wanna call down the storm. So that means we gotta lose another... it sucks. But okay, let's do it anyway. I'm simply too poor in fighting. I don't want to do it without any help. Yeah, I mean I could. Maybe I don't want to pay that sanity. I got 3 fight dice. Well, it's a -1. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna use the spell. So that means I got a casting modifier of 1, +1. I gotta pay 1 sanity. That means I got 5 dice to cast that spell successfully, and I did. And then I can add +2 to any combat roll in the neighborhood. So sadly it's only this single combat roll, but it's not a bad... It's actually a pretty good spell. So we got a 5. We got then 5 dice -1. So we got 4. And we need a single success. And we did. Very good. So we managed to kill the ghoul, keep him as a trophy, and yeah, maybe if we deliver this guy here, I'm not sure, I don't think it will give us an additional turn. I mean, this thing, what I mean is this thing has 2, so we get overall, if we collect both as a trophy, maybe I'm not even sure if I can kill this thing, but imagine we could. We would end up with 3 toughness points, and to really... So we could deliver 1 of them here, and 1 trophy actually in this specific case grants us an additional turn. But to get 2 additional turn, we would need, I think, basically 5 toughness points, and that will not be possible. But I think it definitely helps that we killed this guy, so even if we don't manage to destroy him, we can at least deliver 1 toughness point. Okay, it's Lola then, and she moves here, and she actually gives the buck to Jim, so that he has the money to pay for the train to Kingsport. And then she moves here, and so she's got a... that's tough. We need 2 successes. +6 to the check. You know what? I think actually I'm gonna move that slider down here. I want to do that. Yeah, I think that's cool. Okay, and then I will use my Yeah, I'm gonna do a horror check. Obviously, we got a -1, so we got 3 dice, and it definitely would be good to do that, because losing 2 sanity isn't great at all. And we did that easily. And now we gotta fight that thing, and I'm gonna use this Ithian rifle. That gives me +6, so we got 8 dice. -2, tough call. God damn it, it's only 6 dice. I think maybe I was overly optimistic here. Okay, so it's 6 dice, and yeah, we need 2 successes, so let's hope for the best here. And we do have them. Oh boy, that was close, but we did it. So yeah, and the lucky thing is, this is a magical item. I just realized it now, that this thing has a physical immunity. So yeah, that was a close call, but this is a magical item. So we managed to kill that thing. And in both cases, of course, we cannot move on. After a fight, you have to stop. But okay, I think that was worth it. And then it's yeah, it's simply Trish Scarborough, and she simply moves 1 space toward here, and that's it. That's the movement phase. So first we have the Arkham encounters. Jim Culver and Lola, they don't have any because they're out on the street. And then it's going to be the Otherworld encounters, and we start with Patrice sitting in Yugoth. And yeah, she can simply draw. Let's see if she draws from the standard pack or the expansion, and she draws from the standard deck. She's got a blue or a yellow one. And we also have to find some that are, yeah, this one, for example, shows the Kingsport expansion, so we can use that. The air, gosh, the air here tastes sour and burns your lungs. Pass a fight -1 check or lose 1 stamina. Okay, so, well, she's not great in fighting. She only has a single, she's got a single die then. Oh, she did it. Very good. Probably a smoker, so she's used to it. And then it's Trish. So, and now she draws from one of the expansion. She draws one of the expansion cards, and it's green or yellow. And these are the Dark Pharaoh expansions, by the way. And there we go. No, it's not. It's the gosh, what it is called? What is the expansion? Crap. The one with the theater. I don't know. So she is sitting in the City of the Great Race. Is she? Yeah. Coming to, you find yourself strapped down to a table. One of the strange beings picks up a sharp metal instrument and brings it towards your eye. You are delayed and lose 1 sanity. That sucks. Oops, I'm going to place it here. However, I think being delayed 1 turn is okay. We still have that 1 turn left. But if we are delayed a second time, we're screwed. So, okay. Oh boy, this is really going to be close. And of course, she also has to be successful with the roll to close it. You know, if she messes up with the roll to seal the gate or something, this is also a disaster, because now there is no room for any mistakes after this delayed thing. And the expansion is called King in Yellow. I forgot about that. Okay, now we go to the Mythos phase. And we're going to draw a Mythos card. This thing is reopened, Hip's Roadhouse. And we also shouldn't forget to place 4 clue tokens on that card. So that means at the end of the next turn, there will be enough clue tokens on that card to eliminate all clue tokens on the board if we don't deliver at least one monster to the downtown streets. But I'm pretty sure we're going to do that. So we have a gate opening in the Silver Twilight Lodge. Again, one of the normal gates. It goes also to Yugoth. There we are. Then we have, of course, a monster there too. And that is a zombie sitting right here. We're going to have to draw a rift token. Is that the artist's colony? It is indeed. So that means here, that's not a good thing, the gate opens. It also means that Patrice will get a clue token and an additional clue token, because two gates opened here now, and for every gate that opens she gets a clue token. And this thing is placed, gosh, I think it's placed here actually. Yeah. Okay. Is that? Yeah. Okay, great. So we'll see a gate now going to the Plateau of Lang from the artist's colony. Draw another monster. Oh fuck. That's a star spawn. That's not good at all. This is definitely one of the toughest guys out there. Well, at least he doesn't move that much, but this is not good. Okay, let's see what happens. We got to move monsters, do we? Well, nope, actually not. We have a clue at the graveyard, right here. Oh, fuck it. It's an environment, a mystic environment. There we go. Immediately after an environment mystic mythos card is drawn, the first player must put the Act 1 card in play, setting it on top of this card. Okay, that's not good. So, Act 1. When this card enters play, the investigators may immediately add 1 Doom token to the Doom track to return this card to the top of the Act deck. If the investigators do not do so, the card remains in play unless another Act card is in play on top of this one. Well, that's a tough call. Okay, so first of all, there'll be another Doom token right here. right? Simply because a gate opened. So, if I remember it right, the next card is even more painful, because the next card forces us to remove an elder sign from the board to prevent the third act from getting into effect. If the third act comes into effect, the game ends and we will lose immediately. So basically, whenever we draw this kind of specific environment card during the second act, we have to remove an elder sign from the board. So basically, an already sealed gate becomes worthless. In our situation, this is totally horrible, because we are so short in clue tokens, which makes elder signs or sealed gates even more valuable. Therefore, I basically have no choice. I simply have to place another Doom token. I mean, we can do this only so often, but hey, there's not a lot I can do otherwise, you know. So, okay, that wasn't great. Now the next thing is Things of Darkness. Ghouls, formless spawns, shoggoths, and flying polyps have their toughness increased by 1. That was pretty awesome. Wow, I mean, we just killed the fuckers before. Oh man, this is great. This is fucking awesome. You know why? We killed them before that happened. But now the toughness of them is increased by 1. Which means if we deliver them, we will get actually 5 of the clues removed there, which might give us an additional turn. Now that is pretty crazy. I mean, these are the things that can happen in this game, you know? Just these totally incredible, crazy things. Okay, awesome. So, that means, yeah, we're done with this and we start the next turn, and Jim Culver will be the first player. And I'm trying to go through the upkeep phase. So, Jim starts, and he obviously moves here to downtown, and, well, then during the encounter phase, he's going to deliver the corpse of the ghoul. And Lola will do exactly the same. Basically, she also moves here to downtown. And then it's Trish Scarborough. She is set up again here. And this lady moves 1 space. Okay, great. So this is a quick turn. We simply now, during the encounter phase, we deliver these guys. And instead of 3, because of the Things of Darkness thing, we are allowed now to remove 5 clue tokens, because it simply says here, during the Arkham, remove 1 clue token from this card for each toughness worth of monsters discarded. Yes. Okay, so that means 5 go away. Cool. So maybe, just maybe, we might be able to win another turn, but it's probably simply not worth it. On the other hand, if we fuck up now one of these close gate rolls or something, or if we get delayed another time, that could be very helpful. Let's see, I just want to make sure that I got 4, 2, 3... Let's see, I want to have basically 4, so that I can see how many per investigator are there. Okay, so that means now, gosh, there are 6 per investigator. Now at the moment there are 4. Okay, so in the next turn, by the end of the next one we will see 5, but some will only show 4. So I think we already have 2 more turns left, which is awesome. Now we have our Otherworld encounters again, and we start with Trish. And she simply draws from here. And again we're talking a green or yellow, but that is from the Dunwich expansion, so we cannot use that. Yeah, that works. City of the Great Race. You awaken briefly and stare at your hands, which are the hands of another. Choose another investigator. What? What? Choose another investigator and take all of his clue tokens. Lose 1 sanity. That's interesting. Is that any good? I mean, it's a tough call. Well, it's not terribly helpful. We can always use Patrice's clue tokens. I think I'm gonna take, well, it might be good. I'm gonna take, it's a tough call. Maybe, yeah, interesting. I think I'm gonna take Jim's clue tokens. I wonder if I will get the advantage with Lola to move down here and close the gate. I don't think so. I really don't think so. But we need to kill at least 1 more monster, maybe even more. So it's going to be super hard. But there is a little chance. I think we're going to need 4 or 5 more toughness points. That's going to be really tough. Well, we'll see. I don't think it's going to happen. Anyway, Trish has now enough clue tokens. No, she needs 1 more from Patrice, but then she can close the gate on her own. But okay. And then it's Patrice with her Otherworld encounter. And that is one of these expansion ones. And yeah, that works right away. She's sitting in Yugoth and a monster appears. That's not good. So, well, maybe it's not bad. If we can kill the monster, we might be able to deliver that right in the next turn. So let's hope for an interesting one here. Okay, that is a crawling one. I don't know if it's good or bad. Before making a combat check against crawling one, roll a die. X is equal to the result of the die roll. Okay, let's see. So my main problem is first, obviously, a massive horror check. -3. My will is only 3. I could try to spend a clue token, and I'm pretty sure I will do that. I have a lot of them, so let's try the best here. Yeah, we need a... What about that? Okay. So, let's see. That's a 3. That's not good enough. I'm going to use another one, though. And this time we're going to roll in here. And that's a 6. That is very good. So we're not getting too freaked out here. And then we check to see how bad the monster actually is. A 4, okay, that is bad, but not impossible with the Ithian rifle. So that gives me a, let's see, overall we have 8 minus 4, so we end up with 4 dice. And we need a single hit. Okay, let's do that. And we did it. We killed the crawling one. Very good. Sadly, it's only worth 1 toughness point. But still, it's a good thing. So, and then we come again to the Mythos phase. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck, buddy. Okay, we're already at 8 clue tokens here. This is so bad. The problem is, when this goes to 9 clue tokens, or to the 9th space on the Doom track, she gets 5 clue tokens. Now I really hope that this thing will be resolved by then, because I don't want to lose these 5 clue tokens in addition. So I guess I'm not going to go there to deliver any other monsters. I think that's just bad. Okay, oh man. 2 more. This is not going to be a long game, I assume. We're already at 8. Holy moly. And the thing is, I want the gates to show up. Right? I don't have any problem with it. It would be fantastic. Instead, we got this kind of shit here. Okay, so let's see if we see. There's going to be a rift marker appearing. Where are they? Over here. Okay. This is from the Congressional Hospital, right here. We don't have any monster movement. Miskatonic scientists research anomalies. Place 2 clue tokens in the science building as well as in all street areas and locations adjacent to a vortex. Okay, there are no vortexes here. So it's basically only in the science building. Yeah, great. And, you know, I know I'm a little complaining in this game, but this is again a card that really works against us here. I think usually this card is okay and kind of balanced if you play with the Innsmouth or the Dunwich thing where you have these vortexes, because you get a lot of clue tokens out of this. In our specific case, though, all the clue tokens will disappear anyway, and all we get is 2 Doom tokens. Thanks a lot. Okay, pretty painful game here. So we're done with this, and we're going to see the next turn then. So yeah, actually, I realize now more and more, it's pretty much impossible that we can trigger this before the next one shows up here. The problem is that will give Patrice 5 clue tokens, and then she's going to lose these thanks to this rumor. That's a big deal. It's 5 more clue tokens. So we're talking something about, 20 to 25 clue tokens that we're going to lose because of this rumor. I mean, this is just ridiculous. So yeah, I really don't know how to handle that at the moment. I got to be honest here. But I think that the game will probably not go on for that long anymore anyway. So it's Lola. Well, I mean, I think all she can try is she can try to move 1, 2, 3, 4, attack the zombie, and then somehow try to get into this gate. So I think it should be pretty easy to do that. The zombie comes with a -1. She's got a will of 4. So with 3 dice, she should not be too scared. And she's fine with that. Now she's got to fight the zombie, and she's got to use the Derringer and the Cavalry Saber. That gives her +4. The zombie has a fighting value of -1. So basically she's sitting on 5 dice. And she needs a single hit. And she has that. So, yeah, she managed to kill the zombie, which is cool. And yeah, she's now sitting here on that gate. I have my doubts that I can make it long enough to seal it. But, you know, I mean, we got to give it a try somehow. And I don't see any other option at the moment. Then it's Trish, and she simply goes back to here. And then it's her, and she goes back to here. And eventually it's this guy, and he moves 1, 2, and then she pays $1 for the bus, or for the train. Ends up here, and he can do one more move. And I think he goes here to the Congregational Hospital. Okay, now this should be actually refreshed. Yeah, that's it. Let's go to the encounter phase. We start with Lola, and she gets sucked to Yugoth over here. Next it's Trish, and yeah, it's can she do it? The thing is, we have now time. We are here at 5. And here only at 4. So that means even if we mess this up now, we get 4 additional clue tokens, but it's not going to be 6 for every investigator, which means even if we mess this roll up, we're still good. We're going to get 1 more round. So, yeah. Fuck. I think she can't do it, but I don't know. I mean, there are also these cards that allow you to go right back and stuff like that. You know, we just have to try it. Usually she would probably not be able to explore this stuff before all the clue tokens go away. But yeah, I think I want to try it anyway. Okay, let's see. We have here a -2. So that means that, yeah, it's... no, wait a minute, it's Trish. Where is she? Oh, down here. That's +0. So Trish has a lore of 5. Oh, fuck, I should have used the lore here. Ooh, shit, with a -2, that's going to be hard. But okay, we got 1 more. Oh, fuck, that was a mistake. Yeah, you know what? Instead of refreshing this thing, I'm going to move this thing up. That was stupid. I'm going to do that instead. Okay, because it was obvious that I could not meet any monsters, so there is no reason to refresh this. Instead, I simply can move this up. I mix these 2 guys up. Okay, it's her with a lore of 5. And she did it. So, yeah, that's cool. She gets this trophy, and then she's able to... Where she's got 4, she's allowed to use Patrice's clue tokens too. So she discards 5, and she manages to seal the gate. Cool. Then it's Patrice, and she has a -2 on her gate, which is much harder. So she only has 3 dice. And she did it. Pretty awesome. So yeah, same thing here. We're going to spend 5 clue tokens. These. And we're also allowed to seal the gate. There we go. Great. Okay. Now she's got 2 left. Lola is sitting on 3. that would be enough if this thing is not triggered. But I have no idea how he can prevent that. I mean, yeah, we'll see. We'll see about all that. Okay, we come now to the Otherworld encounter phase, and she has that encounter in Yugoth. So let's see. That's a 3. No, actually, this guy has an encounter first at the Congregational Hospital. So let's see where that is. It's this one here. Yep. Catching him in a rare moment of calm, you take some time to talk to Dr. Harris. Yeah, gain 2 clue tokens. Thanks, buddy. That's just great. Okay, anyway. It's a pretty frustrating thing if you gain all these cool clue tokens and you just know they're going to disappear. They will simply disappear in a very short amount of time, and you simply, usually these are worth so much, but it's ridiculous. If these clue tokens would not go away, we would be in a fantastic shape in the game. It would be so great. Okay, anyway, this thing is removed because we had an encounter there. And yeah, I mean, we would not be in a fantastic shape, of course, simply because this is already pretty much advanced. And then we have the Otherworld encounter over there. And it's also one of these for some reason I always forget the name of the expansion. The King in Yellow, yeah. And this is not yellow or blue, so this one works. In each facet of the gem is a monstrosity waiting to be born. Make a luck +0 check if you fail, a monster appears. Okay, let's see. We're talking Lola. Well, she's got a luck of 2, but she also has a lantern, which gives her an additional 1. So there's a good chance we can do that. Not like this. So that means we're going to see a monster, which might be not terrible. We'll see what happens, right? Okay, that's a pretty rough one. It's a Lang spider, actually. And yeah, this sucker has a -2 horror check. So we are at a will of 4. That means we only have a 2. Let's hope for the best. Not this time. We're losing 2 sanity. In addition, oh boy, we gotta fight this thing. But okay, it's a -1 and I can use my rifle. Still a pretty big deal. We need 2 successes. So we have +6, it's 8, 7. So we got 7 dice. We need 2 successes. And we don't want to lose that, because if we should, we're dead. And we easily managed to do that. Wow, we got 5 successes here. So we kill it, but the thing is overwhelming. And I think overwhelming means you always take at least 1 damage. Okay. Well, I guess that could have been worse. And now we come to the Mythos phase. So, we draw a card. Yeah, fuck it. Independence Square. Oh, man. Yeah, well, that's bad, and I can tell you why. Because it means that there's going to be another Doom token. And the reason why this is so painful is that at that point, Patrice gets another 5 clue tokens. And they are basically worth nothing. And that's really... yeah, it really sucks. That really sucks. My hope was that this thing would be triggered before this goes up to 9. I mean, you know, the odds were really high for that. But with this double thing, and, you know, it was just so damn unlucky. But okay, we're going to lose these 5 clue tokens. That's a fact. Yeah, just host here. That's really painful. Okay. In addition to that, we got to draw a... let's see, where is that? There we go. Okay, that is a special gate this time. So it's one of these, which means to Lost Carcosa. Is that even on the board? I think it isn't. No, it isn't. So we're going to draw another one. Okay, now this goes either to the Great Hall of Celiano or to the City of Great Race. We can choose where we want to go here. And it shows up here at the Independence Square. Of course, we're going to see a monster. Now that is a Shoggoth. Okay, now here's the thing. That's... oh gosh, this fucker is physical resistant. That's kinda interesting. Yeah, we'll see what happens. I mean, he's fast. The problem is he's fast. I thought if he moves here, we could fight him there, and then we could deliver him right in the next turn, and he would be then worth 4 toughness points. I mean, it's obviously rough anyway to kill the guy, but it might give us one more turn. But the problem is that he's fast, so if he moves, he won't stop on that space. Let's see who actually... first we got to draw another one of these, of the rift markers. And let me see. Is it that one? Yeah. So this shows up. What is that? I think that's this one, right? No, it's not. Where is that? Ah, it's here, the rope and anchor. Okay, so this shows up here. And then we're going to see... yeah, we're going to see monster movement from the Shoggoth following the white space. And because it's fast, because of the red border, it goes right to Easttown streets. And that's it. We're going to see a clue at the unnameable. Which is right here, which is cool. So she can take that right away. Patrice Hathaway. And it says, Uptown hosts famous publisher. The Uptown Literati are hosting F. Tennyson Neely, British publisher of The King in Yellow, at your old magic shop. Only the most elite are invited to hear him speak. Investigators in Arkham may immediately make a will -1 check. Any who pass may pay $3 to draw spells as if they were receiving the magic lessons at your old magic shop. Well, nobody has that money, so it's not going to happen anyway. So, yeah. That's it, I guess. Yeah, we're done with this. And at that point, I'm going to load this up. I mean, I think you can clearly hear from my reactions that I'm quite suffering. I don't really remember, well, maybe there were 1 or 2 games, But this is really a pretty frustrating experience, you know, always knowing, okay, you're going to lose all the clue tokens, there's nothing you can do against it, and still gaining them all the time, which makes it even more painful, right? So it's just looking so poorly. I wonder if, I think she would actually get a clue token, because this gate opened, so she gets another clue token. Great, thanks a lot. So she holds, I don't know, something like 10 or so. They're all gonna go away. The other guys hold 5, and in addition to that we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 clue tokens on the board. That's fantastic. That is really fantastic. Okay, well anyway, we're gonna bring this torture to an end, I guess, and hope to see you on the next video or on lonesomegamer.com. Bye!